Nobody prepares you for Mounjaro maintenance. We all spend so much time focusing on weight loss phase, but maintenance, it hits completely different. So today, I'm sharing the 7 things I wish I knew before going on to maintenance. The things nobody told me about, the things that you learn once you're actually living it, and the things that can honestly save you from panic and second guessing yourself. So whether you're thinking about maintenance or you're already on it, this video will help you feel a lot less alone. Oh, and I saved the best one till last. Time to roll the titles. If you're new here, I'm Ali, I'm 52. I've been documenting my Mounjaro journey week by week, right through from the start to long-term maintenance. If you're a regular, then welcome back. I really appreciate all the views and interactions along the way. And if you enjoy the video or find it helpful, please hit the like button, leave a comment. It really helps push out the algorithm and the content to more people who need to see it. All right, let's get into the 7 things I wish I knew. And yes, I've got a new light in the background. I'm totally obsessed with lights. It's a wee retro 8-bit screen. Takes me back to my Spectrum days and computing and just gaming. It's just a bit of fun. But I'll put it in my description if you want to buy it ever. It's just a wee bit of fun, I thought. Quite like it. Okay, number 1. Let's go for it. Weight fluctuations are normal. It's not a sign of regain. Okie doke. So this is a big one. I wish somebody had told me this clearly. You will not maintain one single number. Maintenance is about a range of weight. You're not going to stay on the same weight week in, week out. Your body's constantly shifting because of water, sleep, salt, hormones, a heavy meal, dosage timing, exercise or lack of it. On Mounjaro, these shifts can feel even more dramatic. And because the medication changes the way that your body processes water and food, a 2 to 5 pound swing either way is completely normal for maintenance, and I'm just getting used to that now. It doesn't mean that you're gaining all the weight back, so don't panic. It doesn't mean something is wrong. It just means that you're a human being with a real body. Once I accepted that, the goal to be within a range and not one exact number, maintenance became a lot less stressful than what it was going to be. Drop your maintenance range in the comments and let's see what it is and see if it's realistic. And is it the same as mine? Mine's is £5. Number 2 is you may need to adjust your dosage. Maintenance isn't a one size fits all scenario. So most people assume that maintenance means picking up a dose, maybe 5 or 2.5, and sticking to it forever. But the truth is, your body keeps changing, your appetite, your stress levels, your hormones, your routine. You might find you need to change it up to maybe just bump your dose up temporarily because it's not working the same as it used to. You might need to lower your dose if you're not eating enough, or you might need to actually change your dose day or adjust the timing. Instead of morning, you might do night, or like me, split your dose. This isn't a failure. It's not a sign that the medication stopped working. It's just your body communicating its needs. Remember, maintenance is fluid, and being flexible with your dose is often the difference between struggling and staying stable. Number 3 is going to be your habits matter so much more now. Okay, during weight loss, Mounjaro carries a lot of the load for you. You don't feel hungry, so you naturally eat less. You don't crave the same foods that you used to before you started it, so the triggers don't hit as hard. But when maintenance kicks in, habits play a much bigger role. The habits that helped me the most: protein in the morning, it sets you up for the whole day. Drinking water before meals, try and drink between 2 and 3 litres a day. Having planned meals, that's a really key one. because if you don't plan your meals, you're going to snack probably more than likely. A big one is keeping trigger foods out of the house. So you can't just nip to the fridge and think, oh, I'll just have that, I'll have a bit of chocolate. Have regular checks in with yourself, mentally and physically. Maintenance is where habits are formed and medication working together. Neither one is enough on its own, so just make sure you're doing both. Number 4 is going to be maintenance is emotional, not just physical. Okay, so this is the part nobody warned you about. When you're losing weight, you get that dopamine hit every week. You step on those scales, you see the progress, you feel rewarded, and it just gives you this buzz. It's so good. On maintenance, you step on the scale, it's the same, yet again, and again, and again, or it's gone up, or it's gone slightly down. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to, but it just feels nothing like it's happening. It just feels like nothing's happening at all. The emotional shift can feel like a lack of excitement, the journey slowing down, fear of messing up, and pressure to stay perfect, or even missing the constant wins. We all like those off-scale wins, let's face it. It's completely normal though. Maintenance success looks like stability, not constant change. And there's a mindset you slowly grow into. If you felt any of this, let me know in the comments, because it really helps to tell everybody else about it and helps others feel normal. Number 5 is going to be maintenance exposes old patterns, but that's a good thing. Okay, so with less appetite suppression, old habits can definitely start to creep back in. Boredom eating, mindless snacking, eating quickly instead of slowly, finishing everything on your plate, because remember, you don't need to, and grazing in the evenings, and I was a really big one for that, and I've managed to cut that well out. Instead of panicking, I learned to look back at this as feedback. Maintenance reveals the behaviours that still need attention. So it's not to shame you, but it's to help you strengthen the parts of your relationship with food that were masked when your appetite was very low. The important thing, these patterns don't return at full power. You're dealing with them at maybe 20% strength instead of 100%. It's much more manageable. Number 6 is going to be strength training becomes important. You will need to rebuild muscle. Okay, so this is your new point, and it's a big one. Something people don't talk about enough on GLP-1 medications, including Mounjaro, is it can lead to muscle loss along the way. I have definitely lost muscle on this journey, for sure. You lose fat, you also lose muscle. It's just natural that you're going to lose some. Obviously, we lose fat more, but some muscle is bound to be lost along the way. Once you hit maintenance, you start to notice things like you're less toned up, you've got softer arms or legs, you've got loose skin in some areas, stomach, arms, feeling weaker during daily tasks, or feeling like shape isn't matching what your weight is. But this is where strength training becomes incredibly important. You don't feel the need to do heavy weights at the gym or anything like that. Just 2 to 3 sessions a week of body weights, exercise, maybe some resistance bands. I've got some over there. Some light dumbbells, a short 15-minute home workout. It can make all the difference, and it can make a big, big difference overall if you stick to this. The benefits that are going to come of this are things like rebuilding muscle, tone your shape up, boost your metabolism, and helps tighten everything up a bit. Definitely improves your maintenance long term if you do stick to this. And I really need to focus on this more in January. I want to tone up my stomach. I've got bingo wings I need to get rid of. I do have a sore arm at the moment, so it's really struggling just now with the weights, but that's really high my agenda in January once I can get this arm sorted, basically. And number 7, the best one to last, is you're never going to feel like you're finished on this. But that's okay. Don't panic. Before I reached maintenance, I thought it would just feel like crossing a finish line. But maintenance isn't the end point. It's a continuation. It's a phase where you just learn how to live in your new body every day. You don't feel done. You feel stable. You feel in control. You feel like you're working with your body instead of fighting it. And honestly, that feels better than any final number on a scale, believe me. So there we go. There's your 7 top tips I wish I knew before I went into maintenance. Let's move on to how this week's gone. Let's talk exercise first. It's taken a bit of a dip this week. It's been stormy here with high winds, rain. I didn't get my usual 7.5k run done this week. I did substitute with the Peloton instead. But unfortunately, that means I didn't get my 10k steps in that day. So I have really struggled with getting the 10k steps for the whole week. I have tried a strength class. My arm was playing up a bit, so it is a bit painful. So I'm going to wait until the new year before I do any more weights. And I'll get stuck into that in January. I did manage a run today, a 5k at my lunch, because the rain had gone off and the wind had died down. So that's a bit of a win for me. Parkrun was also cancelled on Saturday at my local event because of ice, so I didn't go to that. So it's not been a great week for running, to be honest. I've only managed that 1 5k, but I'll get back into it this week coming for sure. Let's talk about side effects. So I've been a little constipated this week. Nothing major. I guess I'd rather have that than the brown rain, if you get what I mean. Hate that. Sulphur burps seem to have gone, which is great. Well, for now, it's great. They always come back, don't they? I'm still freezing. The weather here in Scotland's really plummeted of late. It's been like -3 some days. It's been below 0 a lot of the time. And boy, do I feel it. I've got the scarves, I've got the hats, I've got the heated blankets out. It's just one of these things. It's winter now, so I'm just going to have to embrace it. I'll give you a wee quick update on dizzy spells. So for those that you know, I did get some dizzy spells in Mounjaro, still do, and I even fainted once, but luckily that part hasn't happened again. I just take it easy now getting up from a reclined position. If I've been lying down or sitting in a recliner, definitely helps. I have noticed if I've got low sugar levels, I find it a little worse than normal. I am keeping my eye on it, and I have been to the doctors to check it out. They took some bloods, and there was no sinister things came back from the blood tests, so that's all good. As I say, I'm keeping an eye on it. What about dosage this week? Well, dosage of recently has been a bit odd. I've been taking my injections a wee bit early because occasionally I have been feeling that the food suppression hasn't been as good as normal. Check my shots, screenshot above. I'm roughly around 6 milligrams at the moment. I really don't want to move up to 7.5. If anything, I want to come down the way. But it just shows that the road to maintenance changes constantly. I've had a few nights coming up where I'm going to be out. It's going to be things like Christmas, nights out and meeting up with friends. December is always a social month, isn't it? Lots of food, lots of drink galore. But I'll try and stay as true to a form as I can. Talking of Christmas, I will be taking Mounjaro over the festive period. I know a lot of people think about coming off it at this time of year just so they can enjoy Christmas a bit more. But I don't want to break my habits that I'm forming. I want to stick to a routine, sticking to being accountable, and that way I don't get a shock in January with a half-stone gain or something like that. But this week's weigh-in is coming up next. So last week, a wee reminder, I was 11 stone 1 pound, which is 1 pound under my target goal of 11 stone 2. This week, I've gained 2.5 pounds, meaning I'm above my goal weight. I'm now 11 stone 3.5. Ouch. That's also 71.44 kilograms. It's a wee bit of a shocker, but I've not been to the loo for a few days, so with that in mind, I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I'm still within the £5 up or down zone. 1 week I'm up, next week I'm down. It's like a roller coaster at Alton Towers, and I'm just in for the ride. Just goes to show that weight loss, as I said, is not linear. It goes up. Try not to be discouraged. I'm going to get back on the horse. I'll get it off next week. I've not had as much exercise this week, and the constipation hasn't helped this week for sure. One thing to mention this week, I did start taking creatine, Creatine, picture above. I was recommended to take this. It starts helping with muscle growth because I've lost some. It's a teaspoon a day in your drinks. It's a tasteless substance. You can put it in hot drinks or cold drinks. And it's good for performance stuff like sprinting. It's even good for memory loss or mental clarity benefits. I can definitely benefit from memory loss because my memory is shot to pieces. Anyway, one big downside is your muscles hold on to water weight. Typically, you put on 1 to 3 pounds in the first week. It's not fat. I'm hoping this is part of the gain because I put 2.5, so it kind of works out. Does anybody else take creatine? And did you get a weight gain in the first week? Let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to know. Okie doke. Moving on. The live stream is this Sunday, the 30th of November at 7 p.m. UK time. I've got a fair few questions. Any more would be greatly appreciated. Saves me prattling on too much like I do in these videos. Drop me a comment below and I'll answer them on the live, and I'll give you a wee shout out as well into the bargain. So I hope you can join me. If not, it'll be on catch up on YouTube and you can check it out there. Okay, so those are the 7 things I wish I knew before going into Mounjaro maintenance. Check out this video above next, where I talk about how maintenance is actually harder than the actual weight loss itself. I'll also put a link at the end of the video and in the description. Now, if this video has helped you, please hit the like button. It really supports the channel and pushes out the video to everybody else. We need to talk about maintenance more, folks. People all talk about the weight loss, not that many people talk about maintenance once you actually get to go. It's crucial we talk about it now so people know what's around the corner. Getting to target is not the end of your journey, it's just the start of a new chapter. Which of the 7 points I've mentioned hit the hardest for you? And are you already in maintenance? Or share your best tip for staying consistent. Let me know. Subscribe so you don't miss a video on the journey, and I'll see you all next week. Before I sign off, I hope you like my new light. As I said, I'll put it in the description as well. It's just a wee bit of fun. Till next week, I'm signing off. Bye for now.